All right, welcome back. Today I am going to answer one of the questions that must be on your mind. I am sure as we've been talking about early labor and what labor is like start to finish, that some of you are having this realization that, wow, labor can last for days. And you know what? It is not that uncommon. If you are a first-time mom, when you consider the easier early labor with the more intense active labor, yes, it is good to plan for this to happen over the course of 2 days. But are there steps that you can take that will help your body get into the flow of labor and make sure that you have the energy and the stamina to make it all the way through to the end, even if it lasts for 3 days? The answer is yes. Let's check out what those things are. Okay, so here we go. There are 3 main rules that we are going to talk about today. They are eating healthy meals that are going to help you have energy for a long time. That mainly means eating protein and complex carbs. Second, you are going to want to move during contractions because this will help your baby navigate that pelvic area and move down quicker. And the third is that, yes, we want you up and around and moving, but also if you are considering doing labor overnight one night, then all day, and then overnight another night, you are going to need to recoup some energy and have some restoration and rest. So we are going to teach you the best position that you can use to get rest during labor. And you know what, you guys, this position will help you stay so much more comfortable during pregnancy as well. So let's dive into the details of these 3 rules. All right, so first, during labor, you should eat and drink freely from the beginning to the end. If you are going to get an epidural, you will no longer be able to eat anything but clear liquids. So make sure that you're eating really healthy before you get an epidural. And if you do get an epidural, please, please, please eat a decent meal before you get it. The truth is that once you're really in active labor, once those contractions are coming strong and steady and your body is changing and making progress, most moms don't want very much food. So just like if you think about a marathon runner or rock climber where you really want to eat powerful meals before the event, things like oatmeal or eggs that have a lot of protein and complex carbs, do that because those will give you stamina so you can go through the event and still draw on those calories. Right? Also, having some good, high quality vitamin C rich foods are really good during early labor because they help those oxytocin receptors latch on to the oxytocin. So things like strawberries, raspberries, herbal teas. Some herbal teas are very high in vitamin C. Just be cognizant of trying to get healthy foods that will last a long time, and if possible, also vitamin C. All right, so for our next rule about movement, we are actually going to head to the studio so I can show you exactly which types of movements will help your baby come down sooner. We'll see you in just a moment. Hello friends, welcome to the studio. Today we are going to talk about a very, very simple principle that is so easy to implement, that is really, really going to help your baby navigate through your pelvis so that they can come down and out so much quicker and with the simplest route possible. That means fewer contractions for you, a shorter labor, and meeting your baby sooner. All right, so we are going to take advantage of the fact that your pelvis is so bendy and flexible. And what we're going to be doing is opening up new spaces for baby with movement and also moving your pelvis a lot during contractions when you have that pressure of your uterus pushing baby down and helping baby move. You're going to be moving your pelvis and helping your baby find those open spots so that they can complete their rotation and move down. All right, so all movement is good. Obviously, when you're walking, you're moving up lots of different openings inside of the pelvis, right? Because it's one hip then the other hip. But walking can also take a lot of energy, especially when you're in labor and you're not feeling like moving constantly. So there are actually some very, very simple movements that you can do without having to walk around too much that will really, really, really help your baby find their way through your pelvis. So what are they? Well, it's very simple. It's hip circles, pelvic tilts, where you're going to scoop your baby up and in, helping them find their way down, and figure 8 type motions. Now, that may seem very, very simple, but I promise you that this can take hours and hours and hours off of your labor. So what does that look like in action? Well, all of those positions that we've talked about and that we will talk about in the active labor section, you can do movement in all of those positions. You can do that while you are standing and leaning over a counter or a chair, just doing some figure 8s, really playing with the depth and the height of that movement. You can do simple hip circles, and then pelvic tilts. You've been doing these in your exercises, so it should come pretty naturally, where you're just tucking your pelvis under and then coming back to neutral, just like in the cat-cows, where you were tucking your pelvis under and then coming back to neutral. Now you can do that leaning over the counter or a chair, as we said. You can do it squatting later in labor. And my favorite is actually to use the birth ball. You can do it sitting on the birth ball or simply leaning forwards on the birth ball. This gives you so much support for your body, so you're not wasting any extra energy, and you're also helping your baby move down and out at the same time. All right, so are you ready to start moving during contractions? Hip circles, figure 8s, pelvic tilts, and that's it, mama. All right, we'll be back here in just a moment to talk about the best positions to grab some rest in during labor if you need a little break. We'll see you then. Hi there, Mom. Welcome back to the studio. You can see we've made a couple quick changes with our props here because we're going to talk about one of the best positions to rest in during your pregnancy and during labor. You see, when we are on the couch or resting in a hospital bed, we're putting a lot of pressure here on our tailbone. And during labor, this tailbone actually needs to move back so that baby can come down. When you see babies getting low, you're going to see this bone here in the back really moving back a lot. Now, that's kind of hard to do if you're laying like this or like this, where there's just not much movement here. In general, we want you up on your side so that this bone can move, right? Now, any positions on your side are going to be really helpful. I want to show you the side lying position specifically because this position really just opens everything in the hips and makes so much space for baby. All right, so most of you have probably realized that during pregnancy, it's a lot more comfortable to sleep if you have pillows stacked between your knees. So to get into the side lying position, we're going to start just by stacking pillows between our knees. So if you lay on your side, and just take the pillows put them between your knees. You're halfway there, right? To now extend this to even make more space for baby, what you're going to do is straighten your bottom leg, lift that up, and point that toe as straight as it can go, and put this leg down so it's supported fully from knee to ankle by the pillows. And then you're just going to slide everything forwards so that you're tilting towards the bed, right? Now, you may notice that this doesn't seem to put a lot of weight up here. To fix that, you just stretch your arm forwards like that. Now, in this position, your baby has a very, very simple and open pathway ahead of them, which will really help them rotate and move down. So if you do need rest during pregnancy, if you do need rest during labor, try out the side lying position and spend a lot of time here during pregnancy so that your chest gets nice and open, and so that this is a really, really super comfortable position for you to be in during labor. All right, we'll see you in just a moment back in our normal video so that we can go over our quick review of these 3 principles that will help you keep your labor moving and tighten up and shorten the length of your labor. All right, we'll see you there. All right, my friends, we had so much fun in the studio, and here we are back in the presentation. I just wanted to do a really quick recap, especially for those of you that are downloading the slides and want to have this for the future. Remember, you're going to eat healthy, complex carbs and protein. You're going to move during contractions. That means shimmy, shimmy those hips, do some hip circles, figure eights, pelvic tilts. Those movements are really, really, really going to condense your labor and help you have a more simple path on the day you give birth. Next, when it comes to resting, try to spend at least 50% of your time moving, at least about 50% resting. Don't push yourself too hard in the beginning. Just know that it is okay to let things slowly ramp up and let things take the time that they're supposed to take. As labor progresses and things get more intense, you may find that you even sleep between contractions, whether that's in the tub, whether you get back onto the bed and you use those pillows to help prop up your legs. And most of all, listen to your body. If you are craving food, eat, follow that intuition. If you are really tired of moving, take that period of rest. And if you are really comfortable resting, stay in that position as long as it's helpful to you. You will find that your body holds so much wisdom that if you have a strong relationship with what you need, you will have very clear and defined wants, and it will be easy to move through these sequences in a way that feels good and right to you. All right, there you have it, Mom. Thank you for being here. And as always, if you have questions, don't hesitate to pop into our group and ask. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.